Greetings and salutations, my beloved courtiers, and welcome to a wholly unexpected unboxing video. One of my favorite authors in the Twitter writing community has sent me a surprise box. And I read one of her books earlier. Her name is Dzintra Sullivan. I did a reading from this for my Halloween special. And she sent me this box all the way from Australia, and I'm very excited to see what's in it. So let's do our little unboxing ritual and check it out, shall we? Okay. Gotta be careful, I don't want to cut anything. Let's get this part. There we go. There's a lot of stuff in here, Dzintra. Okay, so let's see what we got here. A big box full of stuff. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm a bubble wrap fiend, so I'm probably going to have a lot of fun with this later, if my daughters don't beat me to it. So I'm going to save that. Oh my, look at this. There's like all kinds of stuff in here. That's awesome. Okay, so there's a book. This is the first thing that comes out. It's called Death at a Hotel. It's Days of Death 0.5 by Dzintra Sullivan. And I'll read you the back. Here's the cover. It's really awesome. Okay. It says, I get 72 hour break. I get 72 hours break every millennium. All I wanted was peace and quiet. I was harassed from the moment I got out the taxi at the hotel. Staff who attempted to hold my bags and tend to my every need. Sure, I missed a collection before I left, but I'm on vacation, and it can wait till I get back. Food? It was edible, except when I was interrupted by attention seekers who just wanted to grab an autograph. The pool was exceptional when I got it to myself. And that concierge, snappy dresser, posh accent, and snooty internal eye rolls. But those beady eyes followed me everywhere. I am the Kama, the Grim Reaper. All I wanted was 72 blissful hours of alone time. Surely the dead can wait, can't they? Okay, so I'm going to read you a passage from this after I get to the rest of everything to see what's in there. Next is up next is another book. It's called Murder They Wrote, Who Done It. I'll show you that one. See, it's really cool. Okay. When White Knight, one of the top publishing companies in the world, sets up a writing retreat for 6 of their best-selling mystery authors, it seems like a wonderful way to reward their biggest moneymakers. I would love a writing retreat. I think that would be awesome. Paul Blake, Avery Baines, and Lily Starr have more accolades and awards than most authors combined. They're joined by Vincent Hawke, Rocco Staboli, and the new hotshot Jimmy Joyce Jr., and within hours, cracks begin to appear. Meanwhile, dead bodies start piling up, and the writers themselves become suspects in a real-life murder mystery. They all write about gruesome murders, but does that mean any of them is actually capable of it themselves? There were 6 in the bed when the little one said, "You're dead." Oh, this is going to be right up my alley. I can't wait to read this. Okay, this one's called Murder They Wrote. I will read you a passage out of here after I get to everything else that's in the box. Dzintra, you are amazing. I love you. Okay, let's see what else is in here. Scythe Matters, #boner. Dzintra Sullivan, author, from Once Upon a Death. I'm definitely going to put that on my car. That's awesome. And then I got... Are these buttons? Oh, that's awesome. got these really cool buttons. Can you see it? That's awesome. The Grim Reaper. Dzintra, you really went all out. Thank you so much. Ooh, what is this? Boner Series scent. It's a wax melt. I'm gonna smell it. Oh, that's nice. Need to have a candle of that. That's really nice. Kind of like hints of lavender, I think, are in there. And then we got a bookmark, which is awesome because I use like I used to use, now that I have this cool bookmark I used to use my Star Trek coasters as bookmarks. So, so now I have an actual bookmark, so I'll use that. And then I got a bottle opener. Dzintra Sullivan, badass author. You got that right. Got that. And Scythe Matters, hashtag boner. That was going on my jacket right here, right now. There we go. How's it look? Do you like it? I like it. Oh, and we got more bubble wrap for me and the girls to fight over. And we will. And finally, a pen. Yay! All writers need a pen, and now I have a Dzintra Sullivan badass author pen. Thank you so much, Dzintra. You're awesome. I don't deserve all this, but I'm so happy. I'm gonna read excerpts from your books. Then, of course, I'm gonna add them to my reading list because I'm in the middle of a lot of books right now, including yours. As you could tell by the reading I did the other night. So, I'm gonna keep this right here. There we go. Okay, so the first book was Death at a Hotel. That's the one where the Grim Reaper's on vacation. So we're gonna flip to one of these random pages and see what Death is up to in his 72-hour reprieve. Okay, so here we go. Ka was over-peopling now. He rode the elevator up to the 51st floor and walked casually down to his room door. A small yellow piece of paper caught his eye. It was pinned to the middle of his door. With a roll of his already tired eyes, Ka didn't need any more stress. Horny fairies and mouthy staff were eating up his 72 hours break. All he wanted was solitude, relaxation, and a non-stop flow of whiskey. Yeah, I might join you on the whiskey, Ka. I've got tequila, though, so I can have one of those for you. So I'll have one of those with you. He unfolded the note, and if he had needed breath to live, it would have stopped. Mr. Ma, there has been a mistake. My name shouldn't have been on your list. Can we please meet up to fix this situation before you take what isn't yours to take? Emily. You've got to be kidding, Ka exclaimed with exhaustion. All I wanted was a peaceful holiday. He scrunched up the paper with anger, blew open his door, and tossed it into the waste bin. Not only is this girl with the blue eyes here, but she is the mark he missed, evidence he didn't finish his assignments before checking out, and she's claiming he's wrong? Damn it. He bellowed with frustration as the door clicked shut behind him. All I asked for was 72 hours. He kicked off his shoes. A small smile of satisfaction creased his face, and they hit the wall with force. 3 days. All I asked for is 3 damn days. Falling back onto the bed, he growled as he pulled out his cell. I'm going to kill someone for fun in a minute, and everyone knows the Reaper doesn't kill. Pounding numbers into his phone, he placed it to his ear. Boss? Felix, I'm booking your ticket. Get your goblin ass here now. Bring my work gear and the main computer. Boss? Felix stammered. Felix, do as I ask. He punched in a ticket reservation onto his small tablet. The flight leaves in 30 minutes. Be on it. When death tells you to be on the flight, you get on the damn flight. Ka clicked the red button, ending the call instantly. He looked at the cell he held in his hand, his anger flaring hot and intense as he threw it at the wall. The sound of it smashing into an irreparable number of pieces. He was both soothed and frustrated in unison. Picking up the house phone brought him an immediate response. "Mr. Ma, this is Cord. How may I help you?" Ka hadn't expected an instant voice from the concierge, but right now it was exactly what he needed. "I need a new phone." His words came out far angrier than he intended, so he took a deep breath and repeated it. "Is there any chance you can access a new cell for me?" His voice was still tense but controlled. "I seem to have had..." He looked at the small pile of shrapnel that used to be his phone. "An accident." "Happens all the time, sir," Cord said with a direct efficiency to him. "I'll have one delivered within the hour. Is that all, sir?" Ka sighed. "No. Can you also make a note I have another person joining me? He'll be arriving tonight." "Name?" Cord asked as he heard the concierge start typing into what he assumed was a computer. "Felix. Just Felix," he said, and hung up, lying back down on his bed, his hand running over his head. This is not going to plan, he thought to himself. He was the Reaper. He didn't make mistakes. Did he? Oh, I can't wait to read this one. What do you guys think? I think the Grim Reaper's pretty pissed off right now, and I'm here for it, so I'm all about it. And now this one it's a larger book, so I'm probably gonna read a couple different passages, because I like to go back and forth to see what I'm getting into. And here we go. Murder They Wrote by Dzintra Sullivan. There were 6 in the book, and the little one said, "You're dead." So here we go. Random flip. Chapter 11. "Did you see the way he slid off that chair?" Lily laughed. "It was like watching slow motion. 1 minute he was there, the next gone." "I hardly think making light of a medical condition is needed, Lily." Avery looked down her nose at the younger writer. She remembered being that young and full of spirit. Lately her days seemed to be filled with struggles to put one foot in front of the other, one word in front of the next. Avery couldn't remember the last time she truly laughed with friends. She would have to have friends in order to laugh with them. There was a time when she would have gathered in small, quaint coffee shops with fellow writers, discuss ideas, collaborate, share ideas of new stories, floating around the collective creative mind. You know, I've always wanted to do that, but writing's always been a solitary thing for me. She would have to... Okay, that's not right. What is discuss ideas, collaborate. Time marches forward, and some dropped away because of distance. Others had silently drifted into the background of her memories with marriages, children, and the proverbial white picket fence. There were the few that slunk back into the wings of her life due to a deep-seated jealousy, seeing her career skyrocket while theirs waned by the river's edge, painfully stagnant. Avery knew what they whispered about her, rumors of her sleeping her way to the top of the publishing company, using her womanly ways in order to open doors others couldn't. She had been in this business for well over 45 years. She heard it all. She had come in when the book world, specifically the murder mystery genre, was entirely male-dominated. Women were told to write romance and leave the gruesome to the men. Now, we all know that that's not the way this works. Ever read Anne Rice? Halo Scott? No? Okay. I think women can be far more gruesome writers than we men can be, and that's a compliment. Avery had taken up the challenge from the older gentleman and proceeded to write her debut novel, which was picked up by a small publisher and proceeded to explode in its own right. Her career went from 0 to hero within a 12-month period, and she never looked back. Not looked back to see her friends walk away, not looked back to see her husbands walk away, not looked back to see her family cease to exist. She had what she had always wanted, fame and fortune. In her eyes, it was worth the sacrifices. "Oh, come on, Avery, it was hilarious," Lily scoffed. "I swear you have no funny bone at all." "On the contrary, Lily," Paul interjected, "Avery is one of the funniest women I know." Rocco nodded, especially with a few white Russians under her belt. If I remember that night correctly, Avery's head turned toward Rocco, a soft blush floating up on her cheeks as she grinned. "That was a night for the history books." "What night?" Lily asked. The four of them had gone outside for a break from the interrogation. Chris had demanded the detectives depart for the middle of the day. They had been asked questions for 2 solid hours, and Vincent's fainting was the last straw for the weekend's host. Chris called an ambulance, told the detectives they wouldn't be welcome back until after 3. Even then, dinner was at 5, so make sure they were organized. The look of shock on Holmes's face had been obvious when he'd been told to leave, but upon reflection he admitted that he could make the most of his time away. He still needed to call the lab about the autopsy, after all. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, and we're going to find a different spot to read from. Dzintra, your books are amazing. Okay, I'm going to go right here. And I don't know what chapter we're on, but we're on page 205. So, damn, still there. He reached out and touched Jimmy's arm. It was cold, and Paul's hand retracted like it was an overstretched rubber band. "And still dead." "Just hurry up." Paul's head shot toward the sound of the voices coming into the pool house. He had been so focused on the 2 bodies laying in the tub that he hadn't heard anyone open the door. He looked around frantically for somewhere to hide. The only place he could see was the small space behind the claw-footed tub. Without any time to lose, Paul slid his body down between the wall and the porcelain slide of the antique tub. Had Lily been alive, she would have been staring right at him. He was about to reach up to tilt her head away when the bathroom door opened, and in someone came. Okay, I think I just gave away a spoiler, because we just read about Lily. Okay, so there we have Dzintra Sullivan's awesome novels. I have 2 of them here. 3 if you count the one I already have, you know. Okay, so Dzintra, you are amazing. You're an amazing author, and thank you so much for all this stuff. I'm actually going to make use of every single bit of it. If you all like what you heard of Dzintra's books, the links to every one of them will be in the bio or in the description. I wish you all a wonderful evening, especially you, Dzintra. Thank you so much.